Welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. It is currently the 15th June, which means the Fate collab is less than a month away, and I don't have a build for Saber yet. Not for a lack of trying though, because I've been farming for Saber for weeks now. And yeah, sadly I haven't really gotten any decent relics. I mean, there's one that is somewhat decent, but other than that I have nothing. Let me just show you what I have. I'm using Den Heng as my placeholder for now for Saber's Relics, and yeah, this is what I have. As you can see, I haven't even leveled up most of them because they're just not worth it. Because of course I want to double crit, which I don't have here. I mean, this one at least has attack percent, so it could be worse, but I only really want to level them up when they actually do have both crit stats. And then we have these hands here, which are actually the only decent relic that I have. But even that rolled a bit into flat defense here. The rest then went into crit, which is nice, but yeah, could still be better. But at least this one is somewhat good. It's acceptable. But this is where the acceptable ends, because then we have this here, which, you know, crit rate and crit damage. That's nice, right? But I need it the other way around. I need crit damage main stat on the body piece, because Saber already gets a bunch of crit rate from her traces, but I haven't gotten a single crit damage body piece yet. And then the boots, of course, we want speed, but this is the best one I have here, which doesn't have crit damage, but it has defense. So I would say these artifacts, they are not the worst, but definitely not good. And then yeah, the orb also not really much better. I mean, double defense here. And yeah, just be warned, what you're about to see is not for the faint of heart. Yep, you're seeing this right. It's double crit, but it rolled almost all into flat HP and flat defense. I mean, one crit damage roll, which is nice, but yeah, that's what happens when I finally get a double crit relic. It just rolls in the worst way possible. And I know there are reroll dice in this game, I actually have a bunch of them, but I'm not rerolling this, because it has two useless substats. If I'm rerolling something, then it has to have at least like 3 good substats. Or at least if there are 2 not so great substats, it shouldn't be flat defense and flat HP. Because these are really the absolute bottom worst substats for a attack scaling DPS like Saber. But yeah, this is what I have so far, and of course it's not good. But that's what I'm gonna change in this video, because I have a bunch of fuel. You just look at here, yeah, 53. And I've already actually used some of them, I think around 10 or so, during the past few weeks farming for Saber. But today I want to use like, I don't know, 20, 30, let's say at least half. Just farm dozens, hundreds of relics maybe. And there has to be at least something good in there, right? If I farm that much. And I'm also hoping to get a little bit of content creator luck, you know, since I'm recording it this time instead of just farming off screen. And then after I'm done, I'm gonna put all the useless relics in the synthesizer and try to get some more relics there. And if that is still not enough to get a decent Saber build, then I also have these things here and these to actually create some decent relics. But, you know, these are kind of a last resort. I don't want to use them unless I absolutely have to. And then also if I do get a good one and it rolls badly, then I also have 6 of these. So I have options. I should be able to get at least a decent Saber build today. Should be. But, you know, with relics in this game, they're even worse than artifacts in Genshin, which is ridiculous because artifacts are already bad enough. So yeah, there's absolutely no guarantee that this farming today is gonna amount to anything. But, you know, I have hope. And that is all I have. And as for what relics to actually farm, I mean, we've already seen what I have equipped here so far. I have Scholar and Sasotto. And I actually have seen some cogs today that Wave Strider, one of the new sets, is actually slightly better than Scholar. But I'm still gonna farm Scholar because it's in the same domain as Sakados Relift Ordeal, which I'm currently farming for Tingyun because I'm also in the process of building Tingyun. And there are a bunch of other characters that also can use this. So yeah, the Sakados and Scholar domain, or Cavern, I think they are called in HSR, is just very efficient. Because even if I don't get Scholar pieces, I can still use the Sakados pieces if they're good on some other characters, like Tingyun. Or I guess Gallagher is also using 2-piece Sakados, so could also upgrade his build, maybe. And I think some of my other characters are also using it. It's just a really good support set in general. And then yeah, the planar ornaments. I have read that actually Glamoth is a bit better. Do I have any Glamoth pieces actually? I don't think so. No, doesn't seem to be the case. But yes, basically a set that increases damage if you reach a certain speed, which I think is 135. And since I'm using speed boots, I'll probably be able to reach that with just a few speed substats. So maybe I'll go for Glamour instead of Salsoto. I just farmed this so far because, you know, it's only a little bit of a difference and I like the free crit rate. And I wasn't sure if I can reach the speed. But if I get a decent amount of speed substats, then I might go for Glamour instead of Salsoto. But for now, I'm just gonna farm Scholar. So here we have the Scholar and Sarkados Cavern. And I'm gonna use my Firefly team to farm here. Here we go. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it on auto because I'm gonna have to do a lot of runs. And having to do them all manually, of course, will take a lot of time. So I'm just gonna leave it on auto and, you know, just press repeat every once in a while and hope that I get something good out of this. But yeah, for you in the video, I'm just gonna skip to when I actually get something good. So, see you then. Oh, finally a crit damage body. And it has attack percentage, so if it was crit rate at the 4th substat, then it would actually be worth using. Definitely gonna lock this one. That was just the 3rd run today. Wow, okay, yeah, content creator luck already striking, kinda. My first crit damage relic in over a month. Oh wow, and immediately another crit damage piece. 2 runs later. This one has 4 substats already, which is nice, but none of them are crit rate. But I'm still gonna lock it just in case. And now it's time to use some fuel. Okay, double crit here. Effect hit rate is not really what we need, but, you know, still worth locking just because of the double crit. It's a hand, though, again, which I already have. Oh, this is painful. This is almost perfect, and it's on the wrong set. Well, I'm gonna lock it anyway, since Sarkados is a 2-piece speed set, so it's always gonna be useful on someone. Oh, finally some speed boots, but no crit substats. Well, at least attack percent. So maybe if it was crit rate or crit damage, it could be at least usable. I'm just gonna lock it just in case. It feels like I've been saying that a lot, just in case. Because so far there haven't really been any great relics. Just ones that could potentially maybe be decent. But yeah, still nowhere near the kind of relics that I'm hoping for. Oh well, there's still a lot more farming to do, so let's just continue. Oh, seems like my inventory is full. Guess I'll just level up some of the relics we have gotten so far then. We did get a crit damage body piece, right? Yeah, 2 actually. Got one with 4 substats, but no crit rate, and one... Oh right, this is one that I got earlier. Attack with double crit. Where's the other one? There, crit damage with attack percentage and potentially, hopefully, maybe crit rate. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Let's see. HP. So it's pretty much the same as the other one, except that the other one is starting out with 4 substats, which makes it better than this one. So let's unlock this. And I don't know, is it even worth trying to level this up? Probably not. Anyway, we also got another hand here with double crit. Yeah, this one. Please roll attack percentage or speed. Please. Okay, attack percent. That's good. Now, everything into crit, please. Shit. That's the one stat that I didn't want it to roll into. Okay, let's see. Maybe now. Okay, crit rate. There's still hope for this artifact. Relic, I mean. Attack. I think it can't really get higher crit than the one we already have now. Yeah. Because if you compare, this one has 1 crit roll now, so could get a second one. But this one has... Actually, it's also just 2 crit rolls. And at least here we got an attack roll. So it could actually still be better than the one we have. As long as it rolls into crit rate or crit damage here. Okay, it did. So this is actually better. We do lose the speed, but it's only 2 speed anyway. So yeah, let's switch it over. I mean, it's a small upgrade, but it is an upgrade, I guess. And yeah, other than that, we didn't really get anything. I didn't get a single headpiece worth leveling up. I mean, I could just level the one up that I already have here, just to see. I mean, attack, that's fine. Bit of crit rate, please. There we go. Okay, it's actually rolling well. Maybe this is worth using after all. Attack again. I don't mind. And last but not least, crit rate again. Okay, you know what? This actually rolled perfectly. It's still sad that it doesn't have crit damage, but, you know, getting a bunch of attack and crit rate rolls is fine. I'm definitely not gonna complain about this. And yeah, boots, we didn't really get any, right? Yeah, no, I have this one here, which is so sad that this is HP instead of speed, because this would have been perfect. And yeah, we have a speed one here. It can't be double crit, but it could at least get one of the crit stats. So, you know what? Let's try it. Crit rate. Okay. Okay, crit rate, attack percentage with main stat speed. Not the worst ever. Effect resistance, don't really want that. Come on, give me some more crit rate. Attack, that's fine. But please crit rate now. Attack again? Well, at least it's not effect resistance or flat attack. And attack again, okay. Well, it could be worse, I guess, but this is definitely far from optimal still. But I guess I'm gonna equip this. Now let's see what are my stats looking like. 46 crit rate, okay. And 83 crit damage. And speed 135, really? How did I get 135 speed? Does he just have really high base speed? Is that it? I think most characters have like around 100, right? But maybe he's like one of the few characters with like 110 base speed. I think there are a few of them. I think Tingyun actually also has like 110 base speed. And then it would make sense with the like 25 we get from the boots. So yeah, I guess he just has high base speed. Actually, I can just look it up here. Yeah, 110 base speed. Okay. So that's why he 135. But Saber, as far as I know, has 101 base speed. So we only have 126 speed, actually. Maybe I should have put these relics on a character with the same base speed as Saber. Oh well. Actually, before I continue, I should put all the trash relics in the synthesizer to free up a little bit more inventory space. Okay, there we go. That's over 1,000 of, what is it called again? Relic remains. Over 1,000 relic remains. There we go. Gonna use them later, but for now, I'm gonna return to that cavern to farm some more. And yeah, I'll see you again when I get another decent relic. Hopefully soon. I'm kinda tired of farming this cavern. You know what? Let's switch it up and farm some planar ornaments now. Question is, which ones? Because like I already said, Glamoth is actually her best set if I can reach 135 speed, which I'm not sure about yet because I don't have any speed substats on my current relics. And if I can't reach that, then the one I have been farming so far, Inner Soto, would be better. And I also just kind of like the free crit rate. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna continue farming this for now. And I can still switch to Glamoth later on. And as far as I know, they're only like a few percent apart. Like, it's not a big difference anyway. This should also go a lot faster thanks to the Divergent Universe buffs. And also, we can use our techniques here before we start the battle. And that, I think, yeah, immediately annihilates her first HP bar. And the rest also shouldn't take that long. Yeah, there we go. That is the first one already done. That was like half a minute. If even that. And we got a fire damage boost. Yay! Saber's not a fire character. I actually do want attack percentage here more than I want wind damage. Because as far as I know, at E0, wind and attack are about equal, with wind a little bit better. But if you go for Eidolons, which I am gonna do, I'm gonna try to get as many Eidolons for Saber as possible, then attack percentage actually outclasses wind damage. But it still mostly depends on the substats, I guess. Like, if I get a godlike wind damage orb, I'm gonna take it, you know. But that's not gonna happen anyway. I don't get godlike relics. Okay, attack rope with crit rate. If it was crit damage, it might be good. Okay, I'm almost down to 20 fuel now. So I think I'm not gonna use much more, like maybe 2 more for now. And then I'm just gonna level up what I have. And then create some with, you know, relic remains. Okay, didn't really get anything out of that, except that one rope that had crit rate. But yeah, let's just level up some relics now and see if I can get at least a little bit lucky. Yeah, here we have the attack rope. Come on, crit damage, please. Ah, defense, of course. Funny thing is, it could still be better than the rope I currently have. Since, you know, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is absolute ass. That rolled completely into flat HP and flat defense. Well, almost completely. 1 crit damage roll. So if I just get 2 crit rolls on the new rope, this one here, then that would be better than the one I currently have. There's the first crit roll. Nice. Come on, give me 1 more. Actually, give me 3 more. Defense. Hate to see it. And defect hit rate. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna stop here. I don't think it's worth the resources. So, with that being said, let's go back to the synthesizer once more. Get rid of all the trash relics. And then we're gonna use the relic remains to create a bunch more relics that are probably also gonna be trash. Okay, there we go. 730 more relic remains. Now I've almost 4,000. And I think I'm gonna start with creating some boots. I'm not gonna create like 20 at once, because if the first one is good, then the 19 after it would be wasted. So I'm just gonna create like, I don't know, 2, 3 at once, 3 at a time. And if something good is in there, then I can use the rest of the relic remains for something else, like a body piece. But yeah, doesn't look like there's anything good in here, sadly. So first one is a bust. Let's create another set of boots. Come on, please. Speed. Speed with attack percentage. I'm gonna lock it, even though it doesn't have crit, but it could still roll crit. You do already have one with attack percentage and a decent amount of crit rate though. So for it to be an upgrade, I just really need double crit. But it's so difficult to get speed boots with both crit stats. Oh, attack percentage and crit damage. If this was crit rate... Oh, wait. It's defense. I'm stupid. I just looked at substats. Yeah, okay. Who uses defense boots? And also wants attack and crit? No one. Especially not on a DPS set like this. Yeah, defense again. HP. Defense. Yeah. Man, this is so stupid. Just a waste of relic remains. Honestly, I should just use my resin already. Oh. Okay, 4 stats. Again, not double crit, but it is those are my first speed boots that start with 4 stats and actually have attack and crit damage. So this definitely will be locked. Let's actually level that up right away. Here we go. Come on, just roll completely into crit damage, please. Yes, okay. Good start. Very good start. Oh my god. Please, just continue like that. Okay, okay. Yes. It's still sad that it lacks crit rate, but at least we are getting crit damage rolls. So this is by far the best artifact. Again, crit damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. 1 more crit damage roll. Just give me 5 crit damage rolls. That would be so amazing. I don't even need crit rate then. Come on. Okay, attack. It's flat attack instead of attack percentage, so the worst of the 2 attack stats, but at least it's not defense. Wow. Yeah, okay, this is actually good. My first actually good relic for Saber. With 4 crit damage rolls and 1 attack roll. I'll definitely take that. Imagine if it had crit rate instead of defense, then it would be absolutely perfect, but oh well. Can't have everything, and I'm just happy with this one for now. Okay, so far so good. I guess now we are gonna create some body pieces, try to get crit damage there. Again, 3 at a time, like with the boots. Let's see. Crit damage? Nope. Nope. And nope. No crit damage in the first batch. Let's create some more. Outgoing healing boost with attack, speed, and crit rate. Oh my god, if this were crit damage. Come on, game. Like, no healer wants this set. And that's the sad thing about Honkai Star Rail, that if it's on the wrong set, even if it has good stats, you can't really use it. Because there's no off-piece like in Genshin. In Genshin, it would be like, oh yeah, maybe some other character can use this, but no. There's no off-piece in Honkai Star Rail. No one is gonna use that. It's not even worth locking. That's honestly the thing I hate the most about the relic system in Honkai Star Rail. There are a bunch of things that I hate about it, but the lack of an off-piece is honestly the worst thing about it compared to Genshin. Playing Honkai Star Rail has made me realize how much easier it is to build characters in Genshin just because we have the option of off-piecing one of the 5. Oh, nice. Double crit. But, like, I don't need double crit in the substats here. I need double crit with main stat and substat. Damn it. But you know, attack percentage is at least not as useless as outgoing healing boost. Yeah, whatever. Let's continue. Nope. Okay, now we are actually below 1,000, so let's salvage the ones we just created. And I can't create much more after this, because I still need some of these relic remains for when I use my resin, which is gonna be the next step, and we are getting there soon, because it's not looking like the game is giving us anything here. So yeah, let's create one more batch here of 3 body pieces, and if there's no good one here, then I guess I'm gonna create one with resin. And yeah, seems to be the case now. So let's do this. We want crit damage, and in the substats we want crit rate. And do I choose attack or speed here? I think speed is more important, because I'm gonna get a bunch of attack from her light cone anyway. And also I'm gonna use attack rope and probably attack orb. So yeah, let's create this and hope that it maybe gets attack anyway on the 2 remaining substats. Please, just don't give me flat defense. That's all I'm asking. Effect resistance, okay, that's not the worst stat ever. It's at least better than flat defense. And there's still a chance to roll attack. Or for a moment there was like, wait, where is it? Because I went over all the locked ones and none of them were the ones I created. And then I realized I didn't lock it. It's right here. But yeah, definitely have to lock this one. And now, attack percent. Please, 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 please. Ah, flat HP. Hate to see that. Crit rate. Back resistance. Come on, throw me a bone here, game. Please. Okay, crit rate, finally. Effect resistance again. Yeah, this is not looking good. I mean, it's still the best body piece I have by far. But I really wish it would have rolled more into crit rate and speed. Well, at least one more crit rate roll there at the end. So yeah, could be worse. Could be way worse, I guess. But still far from being optimal. Oh well, it's at least something. Now, what are our crit stats looking like now? 46 to 171. Very nice. And Saber gets like a bunch of crit rate from her traces. I think I already mentioned that earlier. I think it's like around 30%. So we are basically at like 70% crit rate. So yeah, in terms of crit, it actually is looking not bad currently. But yeah, speed I still only have 127. Actually 128. Since Saber's 101, then Hanger's 110. Yeah, so -9, so 128. Which is actually pretty close to enough speed for Glamoth. So maybe I should have farmed Glamoth instead of Salsoto. I would still need some more speed substats. Maybe I should try rerolling this and just hope that it goes only into crit rate and speed this time. You know what? Let's try it. I've never used one of these before, but I have 6, so I think I can afford to reroll such a promising artifact. Relic. Man, I'm calling it an artifact so much. So Genshin brained. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. Because I can choose, right? After I reroll, I can choose which configuration to keep. So even if it rolls worse, I can just keep the one with 9% crit rate. I think that's how it works. Here we go. Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna keep the one. Well, that was a wasted die. I'm not gonna do that again. I don't want to waste another one. Ugh, of course it rolled way worse than the first time, even though the first time was already not optimal. That's just my luck, I guess. Maybe I'm gonna try rerolling it later if I really don't get speed on any other artifacts. Relics. And yeah, I was really hoping that I would get a good headpiece. Because, you know, since headpieces and hands are supposed to be easy to get compared to the other ones, since the main stat is fixed. But I actually didn't get a single decent headpiece today. Like, these two I already had before I started farming today. And of course this one as well. None of them have double crit or speed. It's just bad, bad, bad. Now I think next up I should create a orb. Or maybe a rope. But yeah, there's still the question, do I create a Salsotto one or Glamoth? I don't know. No, I really can't go for Glamoth until I'm sure that I can get enough speed. And the probability that I get speed on the created relic after choosing double crit is so low. What to do? What to do? I'm really not sure. I think I'm just gonna stick to Salsotto now and just try to farm some Glamoth pieces in the future. And I don't have a single Glamoth piece yet, so even if I create an orb, I would also have to create a rope. And, you know, here for Salsotto, I at least already have a double crit rope, even though it rolled like shit. So, yeah, let's go for this. And customize. I, of course, want attack. And both of the crit stats. Let's go. Please speed or something. HP. Oh, well. I'm just really starting to lose hope. It's just so freaking difficult in this game to get the substats you want, because for some freaking reason, the devs thought it was a good idea to have even more substats here than in Genshin. In Genshin there's like 10 possible substats, and in Honkai Star Rail it's 12. And it's already hard enough in Genshin to get good artifacts. And they were like, you know, let's add even more RNG in Honkai Star Rail. And make it also so that you need 6 relics and there's no off-piece. It's such bullshit. I really hate relics so much. They have made me appreciate artifacts more, even though artifacts are also absolute shit. But I really appreciate artifacts nowadays, just because of Honkai Star Rail, just because it's even more ass here. Anyway, let's see, what do we get? Well, at least it's attack. Flat attack instead of attack percentage, but better than defense, I guess. No, please, the rest all into crit. Okay, good start. Just continue like that. Ignore HP, ignore flat attack. Fuck. Okay, at least crit damage. Guess it could be worse. Why are relics like that? Why did they take the artifact system from Genshin and make it even worse? Yay, crit damage. Okay. In the end, it rolled fine. It's only 1 HP roll. And the rest went into crits, so it could definitely be worse. I'm kinda happy with that, but still just... Where's my speed, you know? Where's my attack percentage? Where's all that shit? Oh, at least we have fully leveled up relics in every slot. What are our stats looking like? 52 to 184. I guess that's decent, but yeah, still only 128 speed. I was really hoping I could get a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. It's definitely a way better looking build than this morning, but I was really hoping for more after using so much Trailblaze Power over the past 2 hours, thousands of it, and I've already farmed for weeks before that, and basically the only decent relics I got were this hand and the ones that I created with Wishful Resin. Actually, I guess the boots I didn't create, right? And they went almost all into crit damage. So it's not all bad, but yeah, like Cory said, I was hoping for more. I'm definitely gonna continue farming for the next few weeks, but I also still need to build Tingyun. She's not even fully leveled up, and I'm also, of course, building Archer, not just Saber. And the funny thing about Archer is I have Relics here. I didn't even farm anything for him yet. As you can see, the slots aren't even filled up completely. But I just had some pieces lying around. You know, like one with crit rate and speed here, but I had this one just lying around. And it rolled so well. And I didn't even have to farm for Archer to get a good piece like that. I just already had it. I don't even remember when I farmed this set. But yeah, of course, I'm still not even close to finished farming for Archer as well. And the way it's going with Saber, I don't know when I can even start farming for Archer. Or farming the rest of Tingyun's level up materials. I think I might just have to deal with the fact that my Saber build is gonna be very mediocre. And that my Saber is gonna have to be carried by her Eidolons. I hope I get many Eidolons. I'm aiming for E6, but I don't think I have enough for E6. I mean, you probably already saw it when I showed the fuel, but I currently have over 50k Jade and 50 tickets. So a decent amount. I also have a bunch of Oniric shards still, 15k. But that's still not nearly enough for E6. Oh, and seeing Cypher here, I would love to roll for her. Cypher is by far the Amphorius character I like the most so far. But I have to skip her because of Saber. Because, you know, Cypher, she's gonna get a rerun eventually, in like a few months. Saber, on the other hand, is maybe never gonna come back. Never gonna have a rerun, we don't know. So I have to prioritize Saber here. Anyway, yeah. I guess this is a good point now to end the video. We did get at least a few decent relics, and my Saber build is looking okay-ish now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope your farming for Saber is also going well, or Archer, or Finon, whoever you're gonna roll for. And if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Honkai Star Rail and other gacha content. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.